Hey, what's up, guys? Just getting the camera situated. Get it so I can see you. Oop, wrong one. Hit the wrong button on that. Alright, let's see. Live? Good. Alright, hey, what's up, guys? So, figured I'd do a little frag and chill. I didn't get any content out today, so I wanted to sit down or I'll stand up and cut up this colony of green slimer that Big Bertha broke out of the tank a couple days ago. It's been sitting in the big frag tub, and well, I got to cut it up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to save anything major. Depends on what we get here. If there's, I got a feeling there'll be like this chunk left. I might just put that on a frag disc and just grow out. But yeah, so Big Bertha did a little damage the other day, so we're going to cut that up in this video. Yeah, so we're just going to hang out. So if you guys want to ask questions, go ahead. I just have to get situated real quick. Hopefully you guys had a good Father's Day. Everything went well. It is pouring right now. It did have the back door. I think it's going to be too loud for the video. So, yeah. Go ahead and get everything situated so I can see the chat. Alright, cool. Alrighty. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to use the bone cutters first and then just break off what I can. We're going to use the acro plugs. These are on my website. They're 3D printed. I do have, well, maybe I don't have any. All right, I got a couple left, but I also use the ceramic ones. I got to order some more, but yeah, we'll use up those. Oh, crap. I was looking for this. My SD card when I was reprogramming the printers the other day. All right, well, good to know. So let's see what we have here. Look at the chat going. Do you still have the black Chinese lights hooked up to your Apex? I do not run those lights anymore. I actually sold those with the 125 a while back. I currently use XR15s, the Gen 4 Pros, and those are on the WXM module. I've got to keep an eye on my battery here. Should be good. I am charging, but just in case. What's up, guys? Just give me a second to get things situated. Happy Father's Day. What's up? Happy Father's Day to everybody. I put a little meme out there on Instagram. I wasn't going to put it on. I was going to put it on YouTube, but I'm already in the doghouse with them. So, yeah, trying to get out of that. Do you still use Hannah checkers? Do you use the Hannah checkers? I do. Yes, actually. I use the nitrates, the nitrate Hannah checker. Is the alkalinity. I have a copper for when I'm doing QT work, but yeah, so I still use a Hannah's. I do have the Trident. I guess that's why you're asking. I'm assuming that's why you're asking. But yeah, I still use them. Not as often, though. I will admit, I have gotten pretty lazy with the Trident. It's just, it works so well. Now, you just got to make sure you calibrate it, but let me see what I got here. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Weather coming my way tonight. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Well, we needed the rain anyways. I was actually at Wildwood Park the other day, which is this local, like, this trail parkish thing, and the water was really low. You could actually see the fish sticking up out of the water, so I'm sure they'll appreciate the extra rain today. It's been raining for probably 2 hours, something like that. There's a big drainage ditch out back of the housing development, and that thing's getting pretty full, so we'll see. Not too worried about it. It's been, what, 90, it was 94 degrees today, so yeah, so I'm just breaking off. There's going to be a lot of, I just realized there's going to be a lot of frags. Wow. Big Bertha did some work. But green slimer is actually one of the most popular corals that I sell on the website, and I have several colonies of it, so I'm not mad. But you know, it just sucks because of how much is actually taken out of the 300. If you guys have been here for a while, you've seen how it grew out in that 2-year period, and then just to have the whole thing just slowly getting destroyed by a fish, it's pretty rough. But I take it as a lesson learned, you know, not to put her in another tank, especially acro. Same thing with the monos. They did really well for a while, and then they started getting bigger and they're knocking shit over, and then they just kept swimming in. I was going to say running, but they ain't got no feet. Kept swimming into colonies and side of the tank. You know, we just learned those lessons with fish. And then, you know, Big Bertha is a Vominghi tank, is a very large tang, or has the potential of becoming a large tang. And yeah, so she's just a big girl. bullheaded. Love fragging stags. It's just really easy. Now I'm going to cut off a few more and then put this colony back in the tank because I got a feeling it's going to take a little while and I don't want it sitting out too long. Let's see here. Grab this guy. We'll put it back. So, not bad so far. 1 second. A little slimy. Actually, the tub is actually getting pretty full. I'll show you guys. Hopefully you can see it. Let me see what questions we got here. Let's see. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Darren. Love the trident. Yeah. Do you run your skimmer all the time, or do you cut it off? If so, how do you program the Apex to shut it off? I do not shut it off. I don't see any reason to do that. I mean, it has too many benefits. I mean, of course, it's pulling out nutrients and all that kind of stuff. I gotta really keep an eye on my my elk there. I mean, my battery. But yeah. So I mean, it has too many benefits. It's helping with the pH. You know, of course, injecting all that oxygen into the tank. I just don't really see any reason to turn it off. I mean, it can't be doing too much. I mean, why do you think you need to turn it off? Who told you that you should? Because I've never met anybody in the hobby. I mean, I don't get around like a stripper, but I haven't met anybody who would actually turn off the skimmer. Let's see what we got here. 77. Yeah, I'd take 77. So when it comes to filling these up, you guys saw the video. I just put a little bit of glue in the, I guess you can call it the chamber of the frag plug. Right, it's right there. And then the ass end of this frag will just sit in there. All right, where is my towel? Let me see what else I got here. I wish we would get some in the southern Massachusetts. Ride dirt bikes, all the trails are dry as dust. Well, I mean, we're pretty close. I'm surprised you haven't gotten any rain. I mean, you're only a state over, kind of. But you should be getting some. I mean, they got it up in Vermont. My brother was saying they got some, so I'm assuming we got to be getting some kind of rain. Yeah, Big Bertha is a fragging machine. Yeah, that's an understatement. As much as I love that fish, she's not coming with me to the new tank. She's just not. I mean, that 1000, it's just going to be a grow-out tank downstairs, and then we'll have the 300 connected to it upstairs, which would be more of a family room tank. But I just don't need a fish in there that has the potential of just destroying things. And so I'm going to reevaluate my entire stocking method and what I plan, because this is a forever build, the next one. I mean, it's my last build unless I move to another house and decide to upgrade. But let me see if I can adjust the camera, because this looks pretty weird. Give me a second. So I just don't want to have to rebuild. I just don't want to have to deal with a fish that's destroying the tank. So I'm probably just going to do a bunch of smaller tangs like Scopus and sailfin tangs, and just some of the basic guys, yellow tangs, if they ever come back, because they don't really get too big, and if they do, it takes a while. And I mean, they're not getting 2 feet, and I guess that's the point. Big Bertha's just got such a wide load that she doesn't know what to do with it all. So, I mean, that's my fault for putting her in a 300. I mean, if you guys remember that video with the glue stuck in her mouth, I mean, she was just a bitty. And in, a couple of years, she needs to go on Weight Watchers. Let's see what else we got for questions. Can you talk on how to figure out the proper flow for Acropora? I have a 20-gallon innovative marine tank and need some advice on flow. Well, flow is going to be different for every tank. The best way to figure out your flow is to see how the corals react to it. There are some rules, so you don't want to be blasting colonies. So you definitely don't want power heads going directly to colonies. I recommend, if it's a small tank, to bounce the flow off the side of the glass. You could put a lot of power heads in that tank and you can get a ton of flow, just have it bouncing off corners of the tank or off rock structures that don't have colonies on it. But yeah, you definitely don't want to be blasting colonies, because not only are they not going to be happy with that, but if they do start to grow or adjust to the flow, they're going to grow weird and they're going to look messed up. So the camera angle still sucks. Give me a second here, guys. trying to do this the right way. Give me a second. All right, make sure we'll charge in here. But we are charging 18%. But yeah, so you just don't want to be. I don't know I don't know what it looks like on your end, but this is fuzzy as heck, so I don't know. But yeah, so you want to have it bouncing off the corners, and then of course not hitting colonies. And then at that point, you're just going to see how the corals react. Are they getting polyp extension? That's your biggest key there. If you're getting polyp extension, then the corals are happy for the most part. They usually won't have their polyps out unless they're happy. And you know, flow's part of that stability and happiness. So if your parameters are stable, alkalinity in particular, everything's good, temperature-wise, salinity-wise, and you know, just get your flow good. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust here. I'm probably gonna have to move the camera again because I got this giant thing stabbing me in the face. I know, I'm moving around here, trying to make this easy. But yeah, so I don't know if that answers your question. Hopefully a little bit. Hey, what's up, Reefers? Happy Father's Day, Travis and everyone. Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. What did you guys end up doing today? I moved the entire. My oldest and we moved the entire hydroponic system upstairs, added it to the rack system for the microgreens. I only did that because I need more storage down here. I mean, even with me moving my desk and a couple printers upstairs, moving the microgreens out, moving the hydroponics out, I still am running out of room. So, you know, it's just kind of part of it. I have to make do until, you know, I decide what I'm going to do moving wise. The game plan is still to start the process in November. And we'll see. I'm in the belief if something falls in my lap that's perfect or close to perfect, I'll jump on it. But if I don't find what I'm looking for, I'm obviously not going to settle. So I will renew my my lease here if I have to for another year and wait. But we'll see. Just kind of playing it by ear. I mean, I have everything I need. I just, you know, with the printers and the setup and the tub and everything. The only downside is I can't expand anymore. I can't add really much more to the business just because of, you know, there's no room. I mean, I could add more printers, but do I really want them through the house without proper ventilation, all that kind of stuff? Yeah, not really. So I'm going to move the camera over and start putting some of these plugs in. Let's do that. Or these frags in. Ooh, super blue. You see we're filling up here pretty good. I'm not sure where I'm going to put these, but sorry if it's too blue. Kind of sorry. 1 second. I'll get back to the questions here. Let me see if I get one more before we start filling this up. Someone might stop skimming to keep nutrients up or not take out as much food. Yeah. Well, I mean, skimmer must be balls to the wall to be pulling out that much. I really wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, unless you have a Nios Quantum 300 sitting on top of a 55-gallon tank. I mean, you shouldn't have too many problems when it comes to over skimming and stuff. Let me see if I give you guys a better view of this. Man, I know it's blue. Thumbs up for how blue it is. Yeah. If I could swap a filter while doing this, I would, but I can't. But yeah. So these green slimers will go in here and sit for a couple weeks. Once they start encrusting, you know, like this joker right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh no, you can't see it. Either way, the whole plug is completely covered. So once they're like that, I'll probably either send them out or put them on WYSIWYG. But yeah, so I actually added the pack of frags for 300 again. I did that the other day because I got a couple requests via email, and so I figured I'd put it up again. Now, I guess it's hard to explain. So I'll keep it up as long as I have the stock. And as you guys can see, I have plenty of coral in this tank. There's tons of it. I mean, if you can see it. But, you know, I try to keep that pack up as much as I can. If I start getting low, I will pull it back to 15. I mean, people still purchase it at 15, but I think the 20 is really what people are looking for. I mean, where else are you going to get 20 frags for $300 shipped? Especially you jokers out in California. But yeah, so I'll have it up for a little bit. We'll see, probably 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how many orders come in. But yeah, that's my favorite pack. I've been swapping that out quite a bit over the last couple months. It seems to be the most popular. So, you know, if it works and people like it and I'm getting good feedback on it, then why not, right? Why not? I will get back to the questions once I get back over to the phone. So I'm just going to talk on my ass for a couple more minutes while I do this. We'll be good to go. So yeah, so when it comes to the hydroponics, I decided to move it upstairs, not only for the room, but I kind of have this rack system for the microgreens, which I'm doing 8 trays of microgreens and then 2 tubs, 16 plants of hydroponics. I have it in my kitchen, which is actually really good because I use the plants every single day for at least 1 or 2 of the meals, which is nice. So I put it all there. Again, not only to have some room down here, but I just really like having it in the area that I'm going to use it. It just feels weird being down here. So, man, we got a lot of green slimer, and we didn't get a quarter through that colony. So, I got to be careful on how many plugs I use. I got a couple orders I got to drop off tomorrow. So, and speaking of printers, I only have one that's down. I'm actually, those of you who work on printers, I swapped out the board. I put a new main board into it, and because I was getting an error, a runoff error, whatever it is. So I swapped the board out, and I'm still getting the error. So I think that I need to replace the thermostat well, I'm gonna try the thermostat first and see if that works. But I'm still getting this runaway error, and I double checked the code, double checked the Marlin and everything, and it still got it. So I think that the thermostat might be taking a shit. So it's a brand new printer, so it's only worked probably, I've only print maybe 4 or 5 things on it, and I started getting the runaway on the old board. So, but that's okay. I still have plenty. Both of the big printers are up and rocking, so still pretty good. Still moving. So let me get back over here to the questions. Man, allergies are killing me today. Let's see. Would it make sense to run it, try it out for 12 hours, days? Yeah, okay. Let's see. You think she would fit in my tank comfortably? I don't know, Darren. She might. Depends on your rockscape. I mean, if you want to pay for the shipping of that fish to Washington, it's not going to be cheap. I mean, you're looking at over $100. I think I got disconnected. I don't know. It says buffering. Can you hear me now? But yeah, I mean, Darren, if you really want the fish, you can. But I'm not getting rid of her until I take the system down. I'm not even going to try to remove her. Yeah, give me a second here. It says it's buffering. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me know. But yeah. But if she's not going to be free, you're going to have to pay for her and pay for the shipping. So, let me know. Let's see what we got here. I've heard that those people talk on YouTube about cutting the protein skimmer off because it can take too much out of good bacteria out of the aquarium. Yeah. Now that's YouTube for you. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. I've ran a protein skimmer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I've had 0 issues. If your nutrients are too low, you can either feed more or dose nitrates and phosphates. Don't let them get that low in the first place. And then with beneficial bacteria, I don't know. I mean, you can dose it if you want, but yeah, I don't know. We'll save that for the professionals here on YouTube. Surely not me. I don't know anything about that. Let's see here. I will admit, though, with how the business has taken off, it has taken away from YouTube, which is kind of strange. So YouTube started the business and gets me the business, but it gets so overwhelming that I'm not able to make YouTube videos. So then again, it turns around and takes away from the business. So yeah, yeah. So that's always a struggle. Yeah, it's definitely not because I don't have content. It just requires me to sit down and do it, which is a struggle in itself. Stay. Let's see here. I just messed with. I gotta get back over here. I just messed with my new tank build today. Got it perfectly leveled and worked on some wiring management. Good times. Yeah. I don't know. I like building new tanks. I think it's exciting. You get that little adrenaline rush. Like, is it gonna work? Is everything gonna kind of play out the way it should? And then you get right to the end, and it does. It's just a nice feeling. So that's what I really enjoy about it. Let's see what we got here. That makes sense on the flow in the 20-gallon. I'm thinking about getting 2 1,000 gallons per hour power heads and put one on each back corner facing forwards in random mode. Looks to buy the 15 to 20 pack SBS. Yeah, that worked then. Just have them facing, like I said, bouncing off the walls is definitely best. And then, I mean, there will be a point if you fill that tank up and it's growing pretty well. I mean, you are going to end up hitting the colonies at some point, but you know, that's when you need to upgrade your tank. Right, so let's see what else we got here. Shit. I have brown-looking hair algae growing out of my Monte Setosa that tangs won't touch. No issues with anything else. Any thoughts? So you just have hair algae coming out of there? Well, then you got to stop feeding your tanks. Stop feeding your fish, man. I'm just kidding. I mean, you can. I mean, they're going to get hungry enough to eat it if you really want them to take care of it. Is it causing issues with growth? Is it shading out the coral? Is it causing any issues? I mean, I doubt it. But, I mean, Setosa is a Monte that doesn't really require a lot of light anyways. But if it's smothering the coral, you know, give your fish a couple days break of not feeding. And then, trust me, they'll mosey their way over to that hair algae. You know. So that's your call on that. I'm sure someone's going to be mad that I suggested starving your fish to get them to eat the algae, but yeah, it could be worse. But let's see here. I'm the Joker in Cali. Should I buy 300 pack? Ken, if you want, bro. I don't care. I mean, listen, I pay. When I ship out to Cali in California, I mean Cali in Washington, I mean I pay a significant amount in shipping, but I mean the thing is I grow all this coral here. I do make money at the end of the day, regardless of where you live in the United States. So if you want to support the channel, then buy it. Yep, it's up to you, man. Yeah, it depends. I know Washington could be up to like $70 to ship, but again, it's not a huge deal since I'm still making profit on it. If I was buying that coral wholesale and I was cutting it up, like most people, that would be bad. Let me get you guys back over here. Ooh, look at all that blueness. Give me a second here. Shit. Okay, well, at least we're still charging. That's positive. All right, so I can't see any questions. I should probably look, but yeah. So I finally, so I was working on the wiring for the subwoofers in the Z. So if you guys are not familiar with this, the Bose system and the Nismo Tech actually has car noise. So what it does is it puts engine noise or makes engine noise with the Bose system so that so the car sounds better inside, right? So the only downside of that is when you try to tap into the low or the high signal, which by the way, I had to pull, it's just ridiculous, man. I took that whole car apart. So what I ended up doing is I punched a hole through the wiring harness doors, pulled out the wiring harness, and then tapped into the highs on the speakers because they're the only ones that I could tap into that had enough frequency, and then run that all the way back to the amp through a kicker low frequency to high frequency to low frequency adapter. But anyways, so the thing is now is I have to go to the dealer and have them go on the computer and turn off the road noise because I'm getting it through the subs until I open the door. So if I open up the door, it doesn't come through the subs anymore. So it's definitely part of it, which is kind of cool, I guess. If you don't have an exhaust and you want the car to sound cool to you, they filter or pump engine noise into the cabin. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but if you're trying to tap some subs into that Bose system, it's not working out. So I got to go get that done. But yeah, so it takes literally 5 minutes on the computer, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to charge you an hour." I'm like, "But why? Why are you going to charge me an hour to do something so simple?" But that's a dealer for you. So yeah, either way, it still thumps pretty hard. I think they're what? I think it's 4,000 watts in the Z with that custom box with a 370Z logo. It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up like that with speakers and all sorts of stuff, and really liked them. But I don't turn them up too loud now. I already got shit for hearing, so I don't need to add to it. Let's see what we got over here. Okay. I plucked it out with the bone cutters, but then it's back the next day. Yeah, just, give your fish a little bit of break on food, they'll eat it. It lagged? Okay, cool. Yeah, I know, it said disconnected, but we're good now. Let's see what we got here. Jesus, here we go. Not gonna get into politics stuff, guys. Give me a headache. Coral is banging, son. Yeah. Oh, I gotta cut some more. Let me put these down real quick. Went through those pretty fast. How long have you been live for? 26 minutes already. Damn. Time flies when you're talking to yourself. Technically, I am technically talking to myself. And sometimes when I'm down here making videos, just kind of step back and go, man, I'm just down here talking to myself and laughing at my own jokes like a freaking weirdo. But it's part of the job, I guess. I really like these plugs. I'm going to go ahead and do the programming so the printer will stop, and let me and basically let me change the filament so I can make more plugs that are multicolored. They look pretty good. But yeah, let's see here. Travis, I think there's a lot of people watching your channel that would rather support you than the big companies out there. You take care of your corals, and it's not a chop shop. Yeah, I used to work part-time for a chop shop when I was starting out, if you guys remember. I'm not going to say the name, but he was a really good guy. He was a great guy. So, he had a big heart. He was an awesome guy. But it was a chop shop. We got big colonies in. We cut them up, and there was, maybe a 50% survival rate on most corals. And then when it came to acroporas, it was even lower, and drop shipping colonies from other countries. It wasn't good, and it didn't feel good. So, and it's just, if you look at profit margin wise, it's so nice to be able to grow your own stuff, and then with it being already acclimated to the tank environment, it's easier to sell. People have less issues. It makes your shipping easier. I can also be cheaper than most people when it comes to selling it, so it's just good. I didn't think I'd be selling coral for a living. I definitely didn't think I'd have a 3D printer farm. That's accounts for 50% of my business, if not more, right now. I don't know. It's crazy where it came from, and I'm still, I don't know. When I talk to people, I'm breaking shit here. So when I talk to people, and they ask me what I do for a living, I take a deep breath, and I'm like, how do I say this without being a weirdo? So it's so different than what everybody else does. And it really gives a sense of pride, and it feels good to be doing something, especially something that I enjoy. Of course, it's got its own downsides. I don't really get to enjoy the hobby as much as I would like. I literally work all the time. All the time. There's always something to be done. There's always pictures to be taken. There's always work that needs to be done. Any downtime, I walk around with a notebook, and I get all these ideas for 3D printing and all this stuff. I'm going to start cutting up more here. But my brain never shuts off, and the fox face almost got me. Ooh, you better calm down, buddy. Spike number 2. Man, he almost got me. Whew, that would have sucked. He's not happy today. He must be ragging. It's fish week. Anyways, or shark week. In the tank. Anyways, that's the kind of jokes I make down here by myself, just so you guys know. But, yeah, so I just... I actually talked to a guy today. I was going through the drive-thru getting some shitty food, and he was just like, I had the car and stuff. He's asking what I do for a living, and it's definitely a sense of pride when it comes to talking about it and working towards it. And he's like, man, I want to do something like that someday. I'm like, well, then do it, bro. If you're not happy. I worked for a private investigation company for years, and before that I was an area supervisor for a really large security company, and then before that was obviously the military, and I just wasn't happy, and I said, something, I'm done. I'm just done. So I just, take a leap of faith, man, go do something. But anyways, so I was telling the guy, I was like, you can too. If you don't want to fucking work here, do something else. Try something else. If you got a passion for something, do it. So that's kind of what I'm getting to is, This came out of nowhere. Just did. Or at least it felt like it did. And now it's going. I couldn't imagine doing anything else. The sheer thought of having to go work for somebody else again, or dealing with that nonsense, no. Nope. 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 Don't have the personality for that. So yeah. But, I don't know where I was going with that. Chop shops. We get some more frags here, and then I'll put this guy back in the water. I have to get the bone, or the saw out soon. I'm starting to break off some bigger pieces. Let's see here. Alright, 1 second. Let me scroll up. Give me a second, guys. Would Kessel H380 work on coral quarantine tank? It says 10 gallons. H380 I'm not using. So H380, isn't that the Chaeto light? I might be thinking of a different one. Isn't the Kessel H380? I would look it up if I could. Somebody confirm that. Because if it's the Chaeto light, then no, it's not going to work. It's not that I don't. I mean, technically it is plant-based, and it might, but I mean, I've never tried using a Chaeto light, especially in that spectrum, over corals. I don't know if there will be enough blue to make them happy. I'm pretty sure the H380 is the... Yes, it's the Chaeto light. I wouldn't do it. I mean, you could try it on something simple, but I don't know if it puts out the spectrum. I mean, I'd have to throw it underneath the Senai Reef or look at the spectrum a little bit closer, but I think you need more blue than what that light's giving out, because I think it primarily is going to be red and green that the thing's putting out, just for the sake of growing plants. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I'm joining late. What I miss? Another Bertha colony? Yeah, Reef and Chill. Yeah, Bertha colony for sure. Truly, truly, truly gifted Bertha. And now she's got an attitude. If I don't feed her right away, and so I have to feed her before I go in the tank to cut for my weekly cutting, because if I don't, she'll come over and fin slap me, because she's a needy. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. We all had the ridiculous systems when I was in school. My hearing is shot as well. Yeah, I don't know. I grew up. I remember my high school teacher, my 7th grade teacher, Mr. Rice. Rest in peace, buddy. I know he died. I think it was heart issue, quite a while back. But speaking of that, I actually was in his class during the 9/11 thing. Anyway, he took me for a ride when we were. He had this older Mustang or something, and he took me for a ride in it, and he had this ridiculous system when I was younger, and I just fell in love with subwoofers. And just, it's not so much the, I don't really want it to be loud where it rattles the whole neighborhood, but I like just having that extra feeling that it brings to the song. The bass, just the feeling of it. And if it so happens to rattle 4 cars in front, I mean, I'm sorry, just my bad. I remember him taking me for a ride, and I was like, wow, I love this. I love it so much. So when I was I grew up in this busted ass trailer, and I remember I took an old, I don't think I've ever told anybody this, so welcome to my personal life. I took an old bookshelf, and I had this subwoofer that I got from some guy in the other trailer park. This is some trailer park boy shit here. So I had this amp for the house. It was like a stereo amp. So I went ahead and I took the subwoofer and I super glued it or hot glued it or something, or I don't remember what I did, but I put it in the bookshelf, and then I took CD cases and all sorts of stuff to try to enclose it, and then I put it underneath my bed, and I would turn up the subs, and I remember my stepdad yelling at me because it was really loud and obnoxious and shaking the windows and whatever. But that's kind of how I started, and then every car that I've ever owned, I put subwoofers in it. Every car. I mean, even my truck has them. And I don't necessarily crank them up anymore, but I remember, let's see, when I got back from Afghanistan in the Lancer, I had these ridiculous, because I had money, right? Because I was stupid and 21, and I was like, hey, let me just blow $4,000 on subwoofers because I'm a freaking idiot. So I got this ridiculous system. I don't even remember what the subs were. I just know that they were 68 pounds a piece. It was stupid. It was insane. I mean, mind-numbing, ridiculous bass. You definitely need the capacitor or your headlights are going to turn off kind of bass. Ridiculous. And I sold those because I was like, I'm going to die. It was so loud that the only way you could listen to it is if you were at a red light, because it would shake you so much that you couldn't see the light. And you definitely while driving because it was too loud. You just couldn't focus on the road. Yeah, so I remember they were just ridiculously heavy, and I had to pick them up one by one, and the back of the car definitely sat down like there was a body in the trunk when I had it set up. So I wish I remember the name of them, but they were pretty ridiculous. But yeah, that's how it started. That's how it all started. Oop. Dipping over here. Let's see what I got here. Wish I needed to buy plugs, but I kill my corals before I can frag. Joe, well, you better work on that, bro. You gotta watch more of my videos. I'm just kidding. I just got lucky with this. If you guys notice, if you follow me on Instagram, I have a green thumb. I don't know. I've always been like that, so maybe I just got lucky. Maybe I'm just an idiot who got lucky growing coral. I'm willing to take that. I'll take that. That's fine. I guess it could be worse, but I just have a green thumb. I've always been like that. Yeah. So just learn more, bro. Don't kill your coral. Trying to get this guy in here. The heck? Stay. That's a big old frag. Glue these guys real quick. Let's see what we have here. Haven't been on much yet, Gabe. Happy to see a bunch of new names here. Yeah, it's been a while. Appreciate you guys being here. I know it's kind of late. I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock here Eastern Standard Time, so I appreciate you being here. Yeah, if you want to support the channel, guys, like I've said during the live streams, just hit the thumbs up and leave a comment, anything. Once the video goes live, if you happen to come back. I'm not really sure. I know this and a lot of other YouTubers in our genre. Is that the word? In our reefing community, I guess we'll just use that because I'm an idiot. But a lot of their views have gone down as well in subscriber count. But mine got just ridiculously hit, like really, really bad. And it just happened to coincide with the roast my reef videos. So yeah, that's why you guys haven't seen those. And I had a lot of fun making those videos, and I know you guys want to see them, but you know, sometimes we have to be good. Sometimes we have to play along to pay the bills, and that's what I'm doing. This is going to be a monster frag. That's going to be a WYSIWYG someday. I gotta glue that first. That's going to be a WYSIWYG. A couple weeks. Definitely have to let the top heal first, and then encrust a little bit. Let's see right here. I feel like Bertha really generates videos around here, you know? Yeah, she's just mad because she's not on video anymore because I don't really show the tank too much. Not because I don't want to, but because I have to clean the glass, and I don't like cleaning the glass. It takes too much time. So, and I don't have employees like that anymore. So, and my kid gives up after like 10 minutes. He's like, my arms hurt, Daddy, I can't do it. I'm like, well, you need to do more push-ups then. Let me get these guys over to the tank. Let me see if there's another question I can answer before we go. Thank you for your military service. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it is the shade of light. Yep. What light would you recommend to start out my refugium on my new sump for the 600? Well, I like the Reef Brights. I'm a big fan of those when it comes to the refugium. So I mean, you want to go that route, or you can just get that Kessel light. I've used that on a couple client tanks. Works pretty good. So, I mean, it's a little expensive. I mean, but it's still a really good light. Give me a second here. I can't see. Man, that's gonna be a monster frag when it's done. Monster. Yeah, the really, really big ones I usually do is WYSIWYG. But if you order a green slimer, you'll get something like this. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, I don't know. So pretty basic frag. But if you're WYSIWYG, I usually, like I said, I usually save the bigger ones. Like these giant jokers right here. Like I'll save these for WYSIWYGs, just because they're different, little oddballs. But of course they take a little bit longer to heal because there's more surface area that's been destroyed. But yeah. Let's see here. As I was going to tell you guys before, so if you're following me on Instagram, I actually got the drones out. I got to rewire one of them, but I finally got them back out after, jeez, I can't remember the last time I've flown, and I just got so caught up with the last 6 months or 8 months or so have been pretty rough, you know, personal life wise, but I finally got them back out, getting back to the range, kind of getting back with the bow. I got the new Ultra View sight on there. I mean, I'm just kind of getting back into my old ways, which is nice. So again, yeah, I was out flying yesterday before it started raining, and I just missed. I missed it. One of you guys were asking me if I was going to go digital. I've tried it, and I got so much money into my current setup. I just don't. I haven't flown it enough to justify, you know, getting more, like spending more money and getting a more expensive setup. But yeah, I have tried digital. It is nice. I have to move this because I'm running out of room. Give me a second. I'll get back over to the chat here. But also, one thing I've been doing as well, if you guys have ordered from me and you gotten anything over the last week or so, I've been sending promo codes with orders attached to a business card. Let me know what you guys think about that stuff. It's I mean, they're pretty significant discounts too, you know, 10, 30% off an order kind of thing. So it's kind of like my way of saying, hey, thanks for your order. Here's a nice discount if you so choose to order again. Kind of seeing how that works out, checking my analytics. That's one thing about business is you always got to try new things, and you know, I'm not trying to stay ahead of the curve, I guess, too much, but I do want to try new things and see how it works out. Because, I mean, why not, right? Why not? It looks so nice with the red, white, and blue plugs. I know you guys can't see it, but trust me, it's nice. It's nice. Once this thing gets full, I'll put a picture on Instagram, so if you're not following me over there, head on over. And that's one thing I noticed too. When I posted those videos of the Roast My Reef, my Instagram was the first thing that got hit. So I was getting 80 to 100 new subscribers or followers a day on Instagram, and then that stuff just got shut down to like 10. So I was like, oh, that's how we're gonna be today. So I knew something was up at that point. Let me get back over here and see the chat. Man, 43 minutes. Let me see how much of that colony is left. All right, let's see what we got here. How about a power head in there as well as Travis for flow? For the refugium, if you want. The only thing about putting a power head in the refugium is you're gonna have to put a guard on it to keep the macroalgae from getting sucked in. That's one thing that happens quite a bit. I don't know. I mean, the way I have my refugium set up, I have quite a bit of flow coming over from the chiller, and it just spins by itself when there's a little bit of macroalgae in there. Once it gets full, it's not going to spin regardless of how much flow you have. But I would say 90% of the time I don't have any kind of spinning or really in the refugium, and it grows just fine. Now, of course, there are going to be light spots and dark spots in the refugium because of the the light not being able to penetrate all the way to the other side of the Chaeto. But that's when you pull it out and sell the good stuff, and then just have the lighter Chaeto in there to grow. I gotta stop using these black ones. I gotta stop using the black ones because I got a couple orders tomorrow. Now that's one thing too, is the filament. A lot of filament's been back ordered for a little bit. I'm trying to get some new connections here because I burned through so much filament that it's kind of difficult to keep up on it. Let me see here. Another story for you guys. So I have a GFCI outlet down here. So I actually have a few. I've added 3 additional outlets down here. 15 amp, a 15 amp, and then a 30 amp, or no, is it 20 amp? I don't know. It's one of the two. But anyway, so I have a GFCI that actually controls one of the outlets down here and then the 2 outside outlets. Well, anyway, I've had that thing kind of maxed out for the last 8 months, and when I got my second printer, my big printer online again working, I connected it to that outlet, not thinking because I was an idiot. And granted, it is GFCI, so that's probably why I'm still alive today. But it fried the hot wire, fried the outlet on the inside. I mean, fried it, melted it. So I went ahead and replaced that today. Got everything. That one in my mouth. Well, that tastes great. That's a new taste. That's what she said, right? Anyway, yeah, that's tangy. Green Slimer tastes like shit. Anyway, I lost track because I got busted me right in the face. Caught me off guard there, dude. Anyway, so yeah, I replaced the outlet and everything's back to normal. But man, lesson learned: don't be maxing out all your outlets, and definitely a lesson learned for the new. There we go, new house. Is I have to really get some serious outletages. Is that's a word is now. Okay, I'm trying to think what I want to do with this, because I mean, I guess I could technically frag this up, but it seems a little excessive. It's gonna be a big old WYSIWYG frag. Damn. I'm gonna save this, okay, and save this for the grow out system because that's too much. Rinse my hands off here; it's all slimy. Yeah, those are just gonna be. That'd just be too. The frags would just be too big. It's just not gonna work out. So let me see what else we got here. What are we fragging? We're fragging Green Slimer. Okay. Remember those days I had 8 15s in my vehicle. Damn, son. That's a lot of subs. Whew. 8 15s, I couldn't even imagine. I've never gone over 2 subs in any vehicle of mine. But I've also had JBL for a while. I mean, I've also gotten some pretty decent subs. I really wish I remember the name of those heavy ass ones. But right now I have Kicker Comp 4s, I think. I don't remember. They're the 12-inch for shallow boxes because I had that custom box made for the Z. But they thump hard enough to not turn them up all the way. I'll tell you that. So it's just weird. I mean, I don't want to be that guy. I mean, I do and I don't. I mean, I already drive a red sports car, so that already says enough about me that I shouldn't have my music that loud. It's not a good look. It really gives people an impression of you that's not true, or maybe it is true. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, still should have bought this Supra. Still really wish I bought that Supra. I wanted it to be manual, and it doesn't come in manual, so that's why I bought the Nismo. And that is the website chat. You guys probably heard it. I'll get to you wherever you are. Let's see what we got here. I missed the Roast My Reef videos. They were funny. Yeah, I really liked making them. I mean, I had a good time. It's just, I don't know, man. The way everything's changed so much, and I guess it would be different if I didn't have 4 mouths to feed. Guys, I have 4 boys, man. four dudes that eat a lot of food. And, I got to make sure that they have what they need. And, if I have to play the YouTube algorithm game and sacrifice content, well, that's just the way it is. And, when you have kids, I guess, you'll figure that out too. You just kind of have to, make sacrifices on things. Let's see what we got here. People need to lighten up. It's a joke. You even made it clear that it was kidding. Yeah, but I got flagged on those videos hard. But I mean, what are you gonna do, right? I mean, that's the way it is. Let's see what we got here. I'll get back on the screen. Sorry, I hit the camera. My girlfriend bought me a Mavic Mini V2 in Father's Day. Nice gift. Yeah, I'd say that. Damn. The Mavic Mini, I've never flown that. I got the rapid fire module on my, I think they're Shark Hawk. I don't remember what the heck those goggles are, but it's a pretty clean setup when I did it. And I have one racing drone, and then I have two freestyle drones. And then I actually, son of a ass, I actually got smart and put in the sensor, so when the battery gets disconnected, it beeps until you push the button. And I'll tell you right now, that's the best investment, because I got a $1,000 drone out in that field somewhere, just sitting out there. Yeah. So I spent the $12 on the little sensor, so I could find them now. But let's see, how much Chato do you want in your refugium? Do you wasn't it full? I don't know what you mean. Did Instagram ghost your account? Yeah, they did. Oh yeah, they did. Oh yeah. Money shot, right, man? Got money shot from the Acros. Let me see if I have any discs. Nope. I'm gonna have to throw these in the tank and then print out some discs. I am out. I know my buddy didn't send me the other 20 because it didn't fit in the box, so I'll have to put another order of frag plugs in with him, and then get that disc sent. Let me see here. I had two friends that both had 2412 stuffed in a Mazda mini truck. Damn, ridiculous money. Yeah. 2412s, damn. Where do you even put that? That's crazy. You don't want the Supra. It's got the BMW motor, and it's gonna cost you more money for repairs. Yeah, well, I mean, I've always been a Supra fan. If I had the cash, I would just get the Mark IV, which you could still get, but I mean, I don't need to spend $100,000 on that. I really like how the Mark V looks, but you know, it should have just came with the 2JZ, right? It should have just came with that engine and called it a day. But yeah, I've heard some bad things about the engine, but that wasn't the reason why I got it. I just simply, the only reason why son of a broke off. It broke off. The only reason why I didn't get the Supra was because it wasn't manual. That's it. I wanted manual, and the Nismo is probably, it's such old technology. I mean, it's got a digital clock in there and one of the clusters. I mean, it's such old technology, and it's such a rugged car. It's the most uncomfortable sports car I've ever been in my life. The suspension, at least on the Nismo, I mean, I had the Sport, it was a 370Z2, but the Nismo, the suspension's so stiff. I mean, you feel paint lines. It's ridiculous. But either way, it's got the 6-speed, and the clutch is awful in the car. And you have to, and that's what, it's so engaging, if that makes sense. That's why I liked it. It's such an engaging vehicle to drive. Like, you have to pay attention, or you're just gonna have a bad time in it. So that's why I got it. I didn't want that BMW paddle shift and baloney. So it just sucks, because I like the way the Mark V looks over the Z for sure. So that's okay. But yeah, so I guess when the Mark V, or yeah, 5, they just go and put the 2JZ in, and then I'll buy it. I'll spend the extra $10,000. I don't give a shit. Or actually, it'd be an extra $20,000 with the 2JZ, especially with the turbo. And you know that. So let's see here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me catch up here. Shoot. Do you want your refugium full of Chaeto? Well, I let it, so basically I let it grow out, and then I go ahead and then I just sell it. I put you know, the Chaeto for sale on the website, and then, you know, if it goes out of, once I sell enough of it, I'll take it out of stock, and then you guys can sign up for notifications, and we can go from there. Let's see if I can find some more coral to put in here real quick, so I can keep the chat going. How long have we been going? 54 minutes. I only do an hour. I mean, I guess we could, I don't know. Now we can't walk around because I got the phone's charging. So let me grab another colony real quick. So we got the ATL blue clover colony. Some damn algae on it. I just cleaned the glass, and I got speckles of algae on it. That's okay. I am going to cut off this dead spot, though. I want to do that last video. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. But let me see what else we got here. 2JZ. A friend of mine had a 98 Super, which used to show 863 horsepower on the freeway. He burned them off here. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is I know this sounds really weird, but I don't really care about the horsepower so much because I mean, you can die at 40 miles an hour, right? So you don't need to be doing 140 or 180 to die. You know, you just die quicker, I guess. I'm more of a sound kind of person. I know that seems kind of weird, but the sound of a turbo is one of the best sounds in the world. I was going to say something inappropriate, but I definitely want to get this video monetized. But either way, so we're going to be dropping turbos into the Z. And I'm like, can I just I just want it to sound cool. I don't care if I get 100 horsepower or 50 horsepower. It's like, I just want it to sound cool. That's it. I know that's weird, but that's what I like. So, if it looks cool and it sounds cool, needs met. Right there. I don't need to be doing 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I mean, the Z alone is fast enough for me. I ain't driving that fast. That's the reason why I sold my motorcycle. I don't need to be going that fast. Bad shit happens when you go that fast. Tickets and death. And there we go. Broke off a big chunk. Those are the two things that happen when you go that fast. And this guy, I'm going to put on another disc. So I'm going to set this aside. Let me put this away. We'll set it in here. But yeah, so if it sounds cool, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. Let's see that here. The back wall was cut out and they sealed with a accordion boot. Oh, okay. I see how they fit them on there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, best sound ever, man. Turbos. I don't know. It just is. I mean, I don't need to go fast. I guess if it can go fast, cool, but I'd rather it to sound cool. And then what's this new trend? What is it called? Is it two-step? I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I had some guy in this busted-ass Honda Civic roll up next to me, and he just started revving it and backfiring like a maniac. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I don't like it. It's not cool, man. So I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's two-step. I think you need to have the turbo for that. But whatever it is, the programming, it's not cool. Now I know on the Z because I have the rev matching on the Z, which by the way is the greatest thing in the history of manual vehicles. You know, when you downshift, it automatically rev matches the previous gear, and it sounds amazing. But anyway, I have it so it gurgles a little bit. It does a little bit of a pop when you downshift the rev match, but that's it, man. I don't need to, sound like a gunshot or going off crazy. Because all you're gonna do is you're gonna attract idiots, you're gonna attract the police, and you're gonna end up having bills and fines and unnecessary shit on your record. And then you also look like a tool. So, yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. So it's launch control. Okay, so they're just doing that. Just sitting there? Is that what that is? They're just doing it at the red light? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, you can if you want, but I'm not a fan. I mean, I see the purpose, but if you're rocking a 98 Honda Civic, what are you launching to? Home Depot? Like, what are you doing, bro? Just stop it. Just stop it. But, I have it on my built 06 GTO. When I race, I can launch without spinning. Okay, cool. Okay. I mean, I see the purpose of it, but, I guess we all have an opinion. I guess I wouldn't do it myself, at least not rolling around on the streets. I did put the harnesses in so I can actually do some drifting with this car and, do it safely. I did that. They weren't too expensive, though. Let's see here. The Honda boys do it because rice. Who's that guy on YouTube? He does the Rice Are Nice. Who is that? God, I can't remember his name. But he's got some nice cars, too. I used to watch him a while back. I haven't really had a chance to watch him. Oh, God, I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember his name. But he was always tough. He always brings up the rice stuff. It's pretty funny. I mean, listen, I have a 370Z, right? That thing is ricey sounding and trumpety as heck. Now I did the exhaust in a way that is not too bad, but it's still got some trumpy, and unfortunately that's one of the downsides to that VQ engine. But you know, not everybody's perfect. Not everything's perfect. Still looks cool. Anyway, let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and put these away, and I think we might be done with the stream. We just hit an hour. I'll wait for the other chat to come up. You can see the lights are pretty low. The lights on the 300 just turned off. There's my trash can. Looks pretty full. And then the outlet was behind the freezer there. I got to work on that. And then baby toys. Lots of baby toys. Let me put these away real quick. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I'm going to put them, though. Yeah, I know it doesn't seem like it, but the lights are almost out over here. Almost out. We'll put these away and we'll be good. I will get a normal video out this week. Monday is packing day. Tomorrow we got a significant amount of orders going out. I'm actually doing really well building these the CO2 scrubbers. You know what's funny? You guys have been sending me links of people who are making these CO2 scrubbers, like attachments, and then saying that they're their own. Listen, guys, you can send me the links, but I didn't put a patent on it, and I probably won't put a patent on anything that I do, just because I don't care. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to copy the idea and create it themselves, and go ahead. That's cool. I mean, I don't mind. I don't get upset about that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a compliment. You know, somebody steals your, I wouldn't say steal, but somebody uses your idea. It's a good way to compliment somebody. I just wish that they wouldn't say that they came up with it, and I wish that they would give me credit. But not everybody's going to do that, and that's okay. I know what I've done, so I'm not worried about it. And that just kind of, some people get offended. I mean, I got a few DMs of people saying, "Hey man, this dude's doing this, and this other dude's doing this," and I'm just like, appreciate it, bro, but I'm not worried about it. It's not a big deal. Oh. I'm gonna look at the questions. I saw some questions coming, guys. Just let me put these away and I'll answer them real quick, and I'll let you go. Oh, another thing, guys. I started. I know tonight's not right, but I pick a time at night because my therapist says that I need to turn my brain off. I'm like, okay, yeah, easier said than done, homie. But anyway, so he said to go ahead and pick a time at night and just stop working. I'm like, does that count jacking off? Can I still do that? But anyway, he said stop working and do something else. So I officially, quote unquote, stop working at 10 o'clock, even though it's 10:09 right now. And then I started, I know Burning Crusades came out for World of Warcraft, and I mean, it's the oldest game in the world, but I started messing around on Burning Crusades again. And then I realized that I don't like leveling the way I used to. So I don't know how much of that I'm going to be playing, but let me see what questions we got here before I let you guys go. There are a couple of special individuals around here that floor it around here just so everyone can hear their cars backfire. No way I would ride a piece of shit like that. I mean, it can't be good for the car, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I just learned how to change brake pads a couple weeks ago, so I don't know shit. How often would you trim up your sticks? Okay, so I trim up my sticks when they get close to touching, just because if it wasn't a tank, okay, my tank was built specifically to grow coral and to sell it. If it was just a display tank that I was going to grow out to the max and look really good, I wouldn't really trim them. I'd kind of let them grow within each other and become, something cool. But because it's specifically for making money purposes, I don't want them growing into each other because I don't want them to kill themselves off. I get more corals out of it if they don't grow into each other. So I trim them whenever they get close, or whenever Big Bertha comes in and wipes out an entire colony. So let's see what else we got here. When the wrecking ball Bertha breaks. Exactly. Wow. Yeah, super excited about the first coral order coming Tuesday. Yeah, if you guys want to order coral, if you order coral before noon tomorrow, it will ship tomorrow. I have a whole bunch of orders going out, but I've been prepping Sundays to try to get stuff going. I'm pretty caught up. If you guys see, I have a lot of stuff that's already printed, and this is my, you can't see, but I have all these rolls of filament that are empty. But anyway, so I've been printing a lot of things and keeping them in these trays, like a lot of pump covers and stuff. So a lot of this stuff is already done. And the reason why I do that is so I can get orders out quickly. And of course, you know, I have more up here of just stuff that I print ahead of time and leave there. But yeah, all the printers are working except for the 2 that are upstairs as test prints. And then this guy's got to get a new thermostat, I think. But yeah, so everything's kind of shipping quickly now. Now that I have a pretty good system. Oh, of course, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over here too. But anyway, yeah, half fish room, half printer room. But yeah, guys, I think we're done. Everything's kind of going on. Is the fish tattoo finished? No, it's definitely not finished. So we got this, and then I know it looks super weird, my arm, but we're going to be adding a few more fish, and then we're going to have Reggie the eel, if you remember him. He's going to come through. I'm covering up a couple tattoos, some old ones that I have on that arm, and then it'll be completely colored saltwater theme, because I have my military theme over here. So I have all that on this arm. So we're going to do fishies on this one. 2 of my favorite things. I love how it's so delayed. But anyway, yeah, 3D printed to max. Let me see what this last question is. I'm going to head out. Around where I live, you're able to hear a lot of loud thumps and pops, but no one cares about the speed bumps. We've had a guy flip the car, actually. Fun times. Jeez. All right, guys. Well, we've been going for about an hour. I'm going to stop working for tonight. Yeah, if you want to support the channel, head over to FishOfHex.com, and I think the promo code I love YouTube is still active. I think it's 15%. I don't remember. Something like that from the live stream, but you can go ahead and use that. And yeah, appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you later in the week. All right, peace.